Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming back to my channel. My name is Ida. If you haven't been here before, I started this channel because I wanted to hang out with people who wanted to learn and grow in a community and share our struggles and be able to like grow together. So, this is where we started. So, without further ado, I just wanted to share that after last week, I was talking about the fact that I was feeling a little stuck and it's been kind of like the theme for the whole entire week. Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? So I started to write down some of the things that I really wanted to work on. So what I did was I made a little worksheet. I started to like split it up into categories or whatever, and I was saying, okay, so let me take stock about where I am. It is now October, the end of October. So we have about 70 days left of the year. So this is a good time to start planning for the next year so you could like hit the ground running when 2025 comes, right? So with 72 days left, 72 or 71 days, something like that, I started to think about some of the things that I needed to work on. So I made a list of all the categories, right? So some of the things that I was talking about during when I was looking at this was I was looking at my financials. I was looking at my career, my physical, family, social, personality, fashion and beauty, education. So I made the whole list and then I started to like go one by one, thinking about what it was that I wanted to do. So these are kind of like some of the things that I talked about or I was thinking about while I was writing the worksheet. So for my financial, I was talking about creating a budget, paying off my credit cards, which is like a big deal this year, and start investing some money or get an emergency fund. For my career, I was thinking about like networking with more professionals. Today, I had a really good conversation with some colleagues, and I realized that I wasn't really crazy because we're all experiencing the same thing around this time. It's October, and we're teachers, and right about now, we're really realizing that we just started the year and we have like 9 more months to go. So it was a good conversation today. So I was thinking about the fact that I really, maybe if I wanted to transition to like into a new job, I might need to learn a new skill. So definitely, and also another thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to learn Adobe because I want to be able to really edit these videos, which I don't really know how to do. So maybe that's a new skill that I could learn for YouTube. Um, then I was thinking about the physical category, which is, and I really struggle to like exercise. I don't think it comes naturally to me to exercise. So I was thinking that maybe I should put that on my list of things that I should be really thinking about moving forward into like 2025. So in my in my list of wanting to do of goals, I said I wanted to exercise 3 times a week. I wanted to cook more meals at home, which is definitely makes a huge difference, both financially and in terms of your health. And I want to get more sleep. I find that I definitely need more sleep. I like to get nice sleep. I look and feel more refreshed when I sleep. So I think I'm gonna prioritize that for sure. Another area that I wanted to talk about was in my social category. There are others that you can probably want to delve into, but in my social category, I was really thinking that I needed to reconnect with friends. There are some friends that I haven't really been seeing that much. This summer was like really, really busy, but that's a story for another day. And because of that, I wasn't able to connect. And normally, like in the summer, is really when I take the time to connect with my friends. So that's something that I might want to do. Also, when it comes to another category is personality. So I wanted to take better care of my mental health and I wanted to have a more positive mindset. I know I'm going to say the word again, pandemic, right? I really struggled after the pandemic. I think during it, I was okay. I was home. I was working from home. Once I had to go back to work, it really got really rough for some reason. And I don't think I really recovered from it until last year, right? I think like I crammed all these things into my life thinking that I was going to be okay. And actually, I think I was kind of like avoiding healing from all of that. I'm going to call it trauma from the pandemic because it was just a really hard time for me. And one of my friends actually passed away during that time. So I really had a really rough time the past, like maybe 3 years or so, until last year. So that's something that I really need to like think about, practicing self-care and developing like a healthier mindset. Um, Also, during the summer, I did some decluttering. So I put fashion, beauty, and aesthetics. Aesthetics is really more like how you want to live your life. I know if you can look at the painting that one of my friends gave me, this painting that I really have to like find a place for. It's beautiful. I haven't been able to find a place for it yet, but I will, right? But I definitely want to live in more beautiful surroundings. I think that's going to make me feel better. And also, I want to declutter my wardrobe. There are some things that I haven't worn and I probably won't wear, but I refuse to let go. And I'm sure that some of you are doing the same exact thing. So please help me so I can help you, right? So maybe we could do this together. Um, and then regarding education, so I've always wanted to get a PhD. Something about, being a PhD always sounded really good to me. I don't know, I might do it, I might not do it, but it's something that's definitely been on my mind. And maybe it's been on your mind. It's time to like dust off some of that, some of those goals and start thinking about it again. Why not? You never know where your life is going to end up. And you know what? You're never too old to go back, right? And the other day I was listening to something and they said you're not really old until you're 74. So we have a way to go. Okay. All right. So how to use the worksheet. So the first column is the categories, right? Oh, and it's going to be in the description. So you could just download it and print it. Share it with everybody you want. Share it with your friends. Share it with everybody. I think it'll be a great thing to have, like a little handy thing. As you're going through your day, you could just be jotting down some of the things that you're thinking about, right? How to use it. Step one is the categories. Step two is where are you now? So maybe you could just jot down like where are you now? Like for instance, like I say that I'm in credit card debt. I should probably add up all the money that I really owe and put that in my first column, like where am I now? And then I guess that would be step one. And then step two would be setting your goals for like 3, 6, and 12 months. So I only did it for a year because I figured, it'll just give us like more wins if you do it short term, right? So in 3 months, I could probably like start working more hours. Within 6 months, I could start paying off some of my credit cards. And in 1 year, I could probably have it paid. Who knows, right? Depending on how much it is. But to me, it's like as long as I'm doing that, I'm not stuck where I am now because I have a feeling like that's part of the reason why I can't move forward is because some of these things are really weighing me down. So if you're experiencing the same thing, please by all means start working on it. Okay, so maybe you could use the worksheet and start working on it now. Let's see. Another thing that I talked about, oh, the 3, 6, and 1 year goals. So you're gonna start working on that. And then I talked about like what to do within the first 3 months. You're gonna be doing something small, nothing crazy, right? So instead of saying like, oh, I'm gonna exercise 3 times a week, maybe like try once a week for the first week, twice a week, the week after, and three. And then eventually, I think that it becomes a habit. I think it takes, I don't know. I think I heard that it takes a month to create a habit. I don't really know. I'm not an expert, but we can always find out together, right? I could look it up and see what it says. Okay. So, just another thing about the worksheet, the worksheet is only a tool to help you think about what it is that you want to do in different parts of your life. Of course, you're not going to be working on all 8 parts or whatever it is. I don't remember how many parts of your life, but you're not going to be working on everything at the same time, right? There are some that you can come back to in 3 months. There are some that you're going to start now and probably not think about for another 6 months. Who knows, right? So maybe you start decluttering your clothing. You could do that now, but if during the winter, like in the East Coast, we have winter. I'm probably not going to be thinking about my summer clothes until next summer, right? So, just things like that, just keep in mind, like it's not etched in stone. You don't have to just go after it so crazy. You just have to be mindful about it. I'm going to say. Okay. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, uh, just the tips about setting the rules, setting the goals. I mean, So one of them is to be specific. Like for instance, like I am gonna have to at some point sit down and add up everything that I owe, right? I'm gonna have to do that. I know I'm trying to avoid it, but I will. And then I'm gonna have to say, okay, so I'm gonna have to break it down into like smaller parts. Like, what am I gonna do within the next 3 months, right? That I can tackle some of this. What am I gonna do within the next 6 months with that I can tackle this? Within the next 12 months that I can tackle this. Then then also, like, I think moving forward, I want to talk about some things to keep us motivated. So that's going to be on me, I think, a little bit. The next thing is I just want to remind everybody to take really small steps. I'm taking small steps because I know sometimes I tend to be very ambitious with my goals, very aggressive. And sometimes because of that, I tend to burn out in the middle. So, definitely for sure, make sure that you're thinking about just taking the little small steps and making small changes, not necessarily huge things, because sometimes when you're making it too big, it doesn't last. Um, then the other thing I want to just remind us of is that every from time to time we should probably reassess so that we don't get burned out. I think that sometimes we're like just so go hard. Like I said, 3 times a week, and now it's been 3 months, and I'm only doing it 2 times a week, and then it's almost like you get stuck again because you're just like putting all this pressure on yourself. So I think that definitely let's just think about how we can every once in a while just say, okay, so now that I'm doing it 2 times a week, maybe I can add another day, right? And then all of a sudden it becomes 3 times a week. That's your habit. And now you have to add weight training, blah, blah, this, that, and the other thing. Ugh, I'm already getting stressed. Anyway, the last thing that I want to talk about is being kind to yourself, right? Being kind to yourself is huge because it's going to help you to stay motivated, right? Because you're not pressuring yourself constantly. And also because you're reassessing and you're giving yourself an opportunity to celebrate your wins, which is really the important thing, to celebrate our wins. So please, by all means, whenever you get a chance, just go into the description, download the PDF. It's really cute. I made it cute for all of us, and share it with your friends. Do it yourself. Please transcribe. Please subscribe to my channel, right? Because I think that we could probably share this with many more people. I know a couple of people were telling me who were watching that it really resonates with everybody at every age, right? So I, of course, like I'm a woman of a certain age, and therefore like it resonates with me, but it probably resonates with everybody. This is time for us to like really think about how we want to, move forward. All right. Then also, I just want to say the worksheet is to create a roadmap. It's not like the end all and be all. It's just a little roadmap so that you can get an idea where you are. You can use it, be very flexible about it. And that's what I'm going to try to do. I was going through it and I was going through all the categories and I was getting stressed out about it because it was very stressful. But you don't do the same thing that I do. And please, please, please take good care of yourselves. And I'm going to see you next week. And your homework is going to be to come up with like some goals that you want to do. And please share them with me. That would be great. I would love to interact with you. So thank you so much. Have an awesome, awesome rest of the week. And I will definitely see you soon. Okay. Bye.